Alright guys, so with all the talk of DLC 3, Android 21, all the hibbity hop, scoobity doo wop, guys, one of the big questions that people have been asking, I have some more unanswered questions, and one of them is centered around the time machine and Trunks. So in today's video, I want to discuss what is Trunks and Toa and Mira's role in DLC 3. Let's go. Alright guys, before we get into the video, man, hit the subscribe button, or you can wait till the end of the video. Don't matter. Hit the subscribe button, man, and comment down below. Engage in this conversation. Somebody asked me yesterday about creating a Discord. Guys, I see every single comment. I engage with every single comment. So there's no need for me to make a Discord when we can literally have those conversations in the comment section. But go sub to the channel and check out the new playlist based on Android 21, guys, right here. Android 21 Arc dbzkakarot DLC 3. I've been talking about this for a while. And not in this detail, but I've brought up Android 21 several times. But I've also brought up Toa and Mira and Trunks. And that's the discussion for today's video. Guys, there's something interesting about Trunks. Now, because people are using Trunks to say, oh, well, you know what is Trunks going to do, man? What is Trunks going to do? You know, we got him in the time machine, man. What is he going to do? He was in DLC 1 and 2. When you complete DLC 1, you unlock Trunks. When you complete DLC 2, guess what? You unlock Trunks. It's really kind of weird. But let me explain that part first of all. The reason you unlock Trunks at the end of DLC 1 and at the end of DLC 2 is not because Trunks is technically going to be a part of DLC 3 or whatever. It's because Trunks is the game's special character. A lot of RPGs have hidden secret characters, guys, and Trunks just happens to be that. I don't think he's in the game because they're going to, and I'm going to say this, I used to think that. Before all of this Android 21 stuff really started coming to me, and I was thinking, okay, maybe they'll go into Super, maybe that's why Trunks is there. But in today's video, I'm going to kind of disprove that in a way. I'm going to just bring evidence forward, and we're going to make our own decisions based off of the evidence that we have. But Trunks is, right now in my mind, he is literally just a unlockable, playable character. Trunks is also a catalyst for the time machine being into the game. So I'm on Slowplay's channel. By the way, guys, go subscribe to Slowplay, man. Slowplay does a lot in the community. If you're into Dragon Ball Z, if you're into Dragon Ball period, if you're into Dragon Ball, he does a lot with like the Xenoverse mods and stuff like that. He's a really awesome guy. Go sub to his channel. Big shout out to him. I've been subbed and notifications on. See, I'm not telling y'all stuff that I'm not doing myself. I've been subbed to him for a while, but I want to go to a conversation, and this was brought up by one of the subscribers again. I can't remember your name, so please shout out in the comment section to you. My gosh, because people deserve credit for the work that they bring forward. All it is, if an idea isn't mine, I'm not going to claim it and put it off as it's mine. You got what I'm saying? Everybody deserves their credit. So, but I can't remember where the comment was from, but I guarantee you, the person that did it is watching this video and they know, they was like, hey, DM, that was me. So just shout out to you. Let me know in the comment section so I can thank you. But I want to go to the dialogue whenever you unlock Trunks, because there's some interesting stuff that we have to look at here. So, okay, so right here, Bulma made her own time machine. So for the future Trunks Hope thing, Hope was on the time machine that Trunks had that was destroyed by Goku Black. Hope was on that time machine. It's not on the one that Bulma made. So can we throw that Hope thing out the window? I don't know. I'm just presenting the evidence. Bulma says, ta-da, I whipped up my own time machine and brought Trunks back from the future. So Bulma basically went back in time, picked up Trunks, and brought him here. But guys, there is a flaw in this dialogue, and I'm going to play through it first, and I'm going to go back and discuss the flaw in this dialogue, okay? Kind of already did a little bit, but whatever. Trunks says, it's nice to see you again. My Trunks impersonation ain't that good. Okay. The conversation goes on. Trunks says, "You brought me here without much discussion. Did you need my help with something?" And Bulma says, "Not really. I just wanted to see you." Oh, shoot. What? What's the big deal? You may be from the future, but you're still my son. But if you wanted to see me, you could have just done so in my timeline. What are you talking about? You like it here, don't you? And Trunks says, or Bulma says, "I went through a lot of trouble to bring you here, so at least you could do is thank your mother." Ooh, I'm not sure if thank you is what I want to say here. Trunks is apparently upset because he was brought back from his timeline for no reason. Well, you're here now, so take a load off. We got a lot of catching up to do. Now, so backing up, I'm going to go through this line by line, basically, kind of, sort of. Bulma made this time machine to bring Trunks to our timeline. There is no reason. Trunks basically says, "You brought me here, what's up?" And Bulma like, "Oh, nothing. I just wanted to holler at you, spend some time with you, chill. You know, you don't want to be with me in this timeline. What's up, bruh?" And Trunks is like, "Bruh, you brought me here just to talk." Like he like, "You could have came and chilled with me in my timeline." Notice this conversation, guys. Apparently in Trunks' timeline, it's peaceful right now. Because if it wasn't, Trunks wouldn't have requested that his mom just, "Hey, come visit me in my timeline." Also, Trunks, we know that in this particular time, Trunks' mom is, Bulma's still alive in the future timeline. She doesn't die or get hurt until Goku Black, okay? Apparently, he's gone back in time, so he's already defeated the androids. What I'm saying is, right now in Trunks' timeline, there is no immediate danger or threat. They're at a time of peace. But Trunks thought that we needed him while Bulma brought him back. But Bulma like, "No, we didn't need help with anything." Okay? That's very interesting. Not only that, but this is weird because here's the flaw in this conversation. In order for her to have bought Trunks back, she would have had to go to his timeline and get him, put him in the time machine, and come back to this timeline, which they did, in which Trunks said there was no discussion, but now they're here and they're having this discussion like, "Bro, why didn't you have that when she came?" You know what I'm saying? It's really weird. And of course, there's nothing happening in Trunks' timeline right now because even Bulma, they would have said something about that. So Trunks is literally brought back here to be an unlockable character. That's it. I don't think there's any extra to it. There is no precast. Because think about this, guys. They didn't need to bring Trunks into this timeline for Goku Black arc. Also, look at the Goku Black arc, guys. What happened? Trunks comes to our timeline seeking help. Does he not? Okay. He does. Also, notice something. What is he wearing? See? And if they're gonna do Goku Black thing, they would have to change his clothes up. If they're still gonna do Goku Black in DLC 3, that would mean Trunks would have to go back in time and then come back here, or somebody's gonna have to come from his timeline here to say we need help. You see what I'm saying? So right there alone, that changes everything in the story. Because if Goku Black is to happen, remember, Trunks is in our timeline right now. So even if Goku Black was attacking Trunks' timeline, we wouldn't know anything about him. It would be a completely different story than the anime and the manga, guys. Because Trunks, having fought Goku Black, is the one that informs us of him, what he does and things like that. You see what I'm saying? But none of that has happened. Trunks is in our timeline. And I don't think they have any plans of him going, unless he goes back. So you say, well, DM, why are they putting him at the end of every DLC? Because he's an unlockable character. Guys, the way that the DLC works in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the DLC is for those of you who wanted something different, who didn't want the same old story. That's who the DLC is for. You can basically access everything. And guys, this is interesting too, because if you look in the DLCs, you have training grounds. Why do they have a training ground on Whis' planet if it's DLC after you've beaten the game and you have everything unlocked? It's just like unlocking Trunks in the time machine. You go to Whis' planet in DLC 1. The training grounds are there. You have Z-Orbs around. Now, can you get them to the same quantity? No. But you still, guess what? You have to go to the main game to get the D medals. But you can find some around. Same thing in DLC 2. So you still have to go to the main game in a sense, but the DLCs are set up so that you don't even have to play the main game to access the DLC content. They did that because they know there were a lot of people who didn't care to play through the Dragon Ball Z storyline again, who wanted to just play with Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, the Whis and stuff like that. That's why the DLC is this way. Trunks is just a formality in that. The reason they brought him forward is because he's in the main game too. You see what I'm saying? That's the same reason they got the training grounds in both DLCs. We already unlocked everything, so why are the training grounds there? Why? Because this setup, same way with Goku and Beerus, you get to unlock all the Super Saiyan transformations. Okay? You basically get to unlock everything without having to touch the main game. That's all it is. And the time machine is the same catalyst, guys. I don't think they're forcing Trunks into the storyline for Goku Black or History of Trunks. Now, the only thing that I can think as far as like a History of Trunks kind of thing is this comment right here. Where you're here now, so take a load off. We've got a lot of catching up to do. They could potentially, I don't see this being main game content, guys, but they could put it in the game some way, somehow. Is Trunks sitting down with Bulma, having this conversation, because they got a lot of catching up to do. She's got a lot of stuff to talk to him about. So that opens the door for some sort of dialogue with Trunks. Maybe a flashback kind of thing where we kind of go back and defeat Cell and the androids. We play through that. And if they do that, guys, it's going to be more of like a sub-quest kind of thing. It's not going to be main content. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to take away from the main focus of this game, and that's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Okay? I don't see, they use Trunks in the Super Saiyan God transformation. People say, I was even like that. Why did they even use Trunks? They're going to do something with Trunks. Maybe not. I think the reason they use Trunks is simply because of what was going on in the game. The only reason Videl was used in the Super Saiyan God transformation is because Trunks wasn't present. Future Trunks wasn't here. They didn't have anybody else. And Videl was pregnant with Pan. And they used the fact that she was pregnant with Pan. It was written into the story. But at the current time in the game, she's not pregnant. So they needed a fifth Saiyan. That's where Trunks comes in. He's an unlockable character. Because, he's an unlockable character. He's in the game. And so because he's here, there's no need to go and get Pan. Because you got Trunks in the game already. And they knew people would ask that question. Why are they using Pan when they could have used Trunks? If Trunks is there, why not use Trunks? You see what I'm saying? That's the only reason they use Trunks in the Super Saiyan God ritual in DLC 1, guys. Is because he was already, what I've told y'all many times, they're taking everything from the main game, and that's what the DLC is based off of. So if Trunks is unlocking playable in the main game, then boom, there you go. But here's a retcon. Here's a loophole. Because Trunks doesn't become unlockable in DLC 1 until what? After you've completed the DLC 1. But the reason why is because, well, if Trunks is already there in the Super Saiyan God ritual, why can't we play with him? Okay, here you go. You can play with Trunks. He's now playable. But here's something else. Notice at the end of DLC 1 and at the end of DLC 2, there is no dialogue for Trunks being unlocked. The only reason there's dialogue here is because it's something to bring you here to the time machine. Trunks is a catalyst for the time machine. If the time machine wasn't in the game, Trunks, I don't know, because here's the thing. The time machine was supposed to have been actually playable and usable immediately after we beat the main story. But they were delayed on it and it ended up coming out later on. You see what I'm saying? But the catalyst for the whole time machine was Trunks. You come back to Capsule Corp. You say, hey, what is that time machine doing over there? You go over there and it's Bulma and Future Trunks. Bam, you unlock Future Trunks. And you're supposed to have unlocked the time machine, but they open that up at a later date. And Professor Briefs is the one who's running the time machine. The time machine, I know people are going to say, or think that we'll use the time machine to go back to Trunks' timeline, things like that. They could use that in the story, but the catalyst of the time machine is specifically for replaying old missions. Now, the question I have is, why is it that we can replay DLC 2, but we can't replay the story from DLC 1? Perhaps because there wasn't much story to be had. It really wasn't. And I told y'all, both of those DLCs were really supposed to have come out together. When you even look at the translation, for this stuff on the DLC stuff, it even basically says along the lines of, if you buy the season pass, you get DLC 1 early, basically. See what I'm saying? And they would have come out a lot closer if it wasn't for the COVID stuff. That's just a fact. You know? And to kind of retcon some of this stuff, guys, like people going with the color schemes and stuff, to me, that's a bit extreme. I don't know. Because this is clearly orange. It's not red. Like, this is red, this is red, this is clearly orange. And I get the green part. They're saying, oh, blue and yellow, like Riken was saying that. Blue and yellow makes green, like, you know. Why not use purple? Gold, I don't know. You know, and then, you know, because, I mean, you could use purple, Android 21's form when she absorbs cell, or you could say rose, that's a pink. You know, I don't know. It could be. I mean, because obviously they're a certain color for a certain reason. Or what people will look at and say, I mean, if we're going to say purple, we could easily say it's Trunks because look at his hair. You see what I'm saying? And when you look at it like that, it's like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're right. Like, bro, Trunks' hair is purple. History of Trunks confirmed. You know, what about the leaks and stuff like that? The leaks, guys, here's the thing. When people data mine stuff, they're going to find stuff that even the developers have cut from the game. Why, if they just now started working on DLC 3, like right before DLC 2 came out. So all of that stuff with Trunks in there, guys, is not related to DLC 3. If that was the case, they would have found stuff for Golden Frieza, Super Saiyan Blue as well. They didn't. Well, no, yeah, they did. Vegeta's was in there. I take that back. Hey, calm down. Calm down in the comment section. Because I think they did have they saw stuff for Vegeta Blue. But I think that was later on. I think that was later between these two DLCs, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. I remember seeing the Vegeta model or whatever. I have to go look at it and see at what time frame did that come out. So, I don't know, man. Like, I strongly still believe that DLC 3 is going to be centered around Android 21 because she literally goes to every single boss fight that we had and she's gathering data and things like that. It's going to be tied in. Now, I've had some people say that maybe it'll be a big sub quest. I don't know. Based off of us having the villains brought back and stuff like that, you have to ask yourself that. Because they're continuing everything from the story. So, having those villains brought back, what does that have to do with Trunks? You see what I'm saying? And Toa and Mira, they were scheduled to be in-game content. I don't think DLC 3, I don't think they'll have anything to do with DLC 3. Because all Toa is doing, all she's doing is going around. She created the villainous enemies because when we fight them, it gives Mira more strength. That's it. Only reason they left him in the game after they left is for in-game content for you to have a stronger opponent to fight to gain more XP. That's the only reason they left him in the game like that, guys. It's for more XP. Then they came back with Toa at a stronger level because people complained about the end game. People complained about it not being strong enough. That's the reason I believe, anyway, that they brought Toa back at level 250 because people complained about, including myself, that everything was too easy. It was just a formality. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Toa and Mira being involved in DLC 3. Now, I did do a video talking about Toa and Mira and Trunks as a possibility of content because Toa and Mira are time travelers, right? Trunks is a time traveler, you know? But I don't see them breaking away. Like, how can you have Trunks be the main thing? Imagine DLC 3 comes out and Trunks is the main focus and it's not Goku Black. It's like a history of Trunks. That doesn't make sense for the game. How does that line up with events that have gone on in the game? Because here we are, we've got Super Saiyan God, we've got Super Saiyan Blue, and they completely stop it just to go back and tell the story of Trunks. Now, could they do that? It's possible, guys. It's very possible, and here's how is it possible. If you look at each saga, okay, it's a possibility we could get a little bit of both. We could get a little bit of History of Trunks, and we could get a lot of Android 21. Because here's how this is possible, okay? When we played the Saiyan saga, it was basically split. We were fighting on Earth, and we did have some training with King Kai. Even though we didn't do nothing, it was a cutscene. Goku was on Planet Namek and stuff like that. Look at the next arc, the Namekian arc, the Namek arc, Frieza saga. They were fighting on Planet Namek, and there was training and stuff to be done on King Kai's planet. They didn't cover that in the game, but it was done in the anime and the manga. Two different things happening at two different times that were still sort of connected. Okay. Same thing with the Cell saga, the Cell Android saga. You know, while some people were out fighting Cell, you had stuff going on in the hyperbolic time chamber. Two separate events that are connected, you know. Same thing with the Majin Buu saga, you know. And so it is possible that they could be covering Android 21. And while they're doing that, you know, I can think of a couple situations where Android 21, you know, and they could ask Trunks, hey, was this Android existing in your timeline? Trunks like, no, she wasn't. Because Trunks hate Android. So think if a new Android showed up, they're going to look to Trunks for information on that Android. Was she in your timeline? No, I don't know who this is. You know what I'm saying? That's possible. But it's tough for me to see a history of Trunks. Only way I can see a history of Trunks is like a side mission kind of thing where he sits down with Bulma and he's discussing his past. But here's the thing about that. What are you going to unlock with that content? What is that content going to bring to the game? Because Trunks doesn't get a new transformation. And here's another thing. Trunks is already a Super Saiyan. So if they were to do the history of Trunks, we would have to strip him of his Super Saiyan ability for the sake of the story. You would be starting from scratch with another Trunks. That doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? They should have already done the history of Trunks if they were going to do it. I don't think they're doing the history of Trunks. They're following a timeline, guys. And the history of Trunks, I'm sorry, it doesn't fit in this timeline. They're not moving backwards. They're progressing forward in time. That's why you have Battle of Gods, Fukasu no F. And like I've explained, the Android 21 stuff falls right after Fukasu no F or Resurrection F. And then they go into Dragon Ball Super. Okay? History of Trunks would break the timeline. I mean, they would literally put everything on pause just for that. Here's the thing. There is no soul emblem for Android 21. It isn't one. She's not even in the encyclopedia. Yet, in the encyclopedia and the soul emblems, they have Aurelie, they have Dr. Breeze. We don't even do nothing with Dr. Breeze. Dr. Breeze don't do nothing but the time machine. And that was after the game was complete. So why we got a soul emblem of Dr. Breeze? See what I'm saying? I know they got some sub quests with them or whatever, but y'all get what I'm saying. Android 21 does not have a soul emblem. Why not? Why is she not in the encyclopedia? Because they're saving it. I guarantee you, dude, DLC 3 will be Android 21. We're going to get a soul emblem for her. She's going to be in the encyclopedia because they're going to have her transformations and all that kind of stuff in there, dude. History of Trunks doesn't make sense. Goku Black arc doesn't make sense right now. Because they're not skipping anything. So for them to go straight to Goku Black, they would have to skip the Universe 6 and 7 tournament. I know people are going to say, ooh, they could do the Universe 6 and 7 tournament together. Along with Goku Black. I don't see them doing that, man. Since when did they combine two arcs? They didn't do that. If that's the case, these two would have been in one DLC instead of two. Because that's how short they were. See what I'm saying? They are a pair, but they're separate, man. I don't know, guys. Trunks, to me, from the evidence that I've been looking at, Trunks is nothing more than just somebody who's in the game as an unlockable character. Because, guys, let's be real. You playing a Dragon Ball game and you can't play as Trunks. You get to play with him. And I know people are going to say, but what about Gotenks and Vegito? Those are fusions. And for one, Gotenks is not going to be a separate character. Guys, this is a living Dragon Ball world. And that's the way this game is designed. That's why you don't have Gotenks as a single character. That's why you don't have Vegito, because what's the catalyst for Vegito? They need more Patora earrings, and it didn't happen. Gotenks. If Goten and Trunks were playable, I'm sure there would be a way for Gotenks to be in the game, but they're not playable right now. You know? That's why History of Trunks doesn't make sense. Think about that. That's the one biggest thing right there for the History of Trunks, guys. If they did History of Trunks, we would be playing with another version of Trunks where he doesn't even have Super Saiyan. He would have a separate skill tree. You would have 3 Trunks in the game. Because you can't do it with this Trunks. It don't make sense. What skill tree is he going to use? You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'm thinking about live streaming today, kind of going through some stuff with Kakarot and stuff like that, because there's some interesting things along with Vegeta's soul emblem. If y'all go into the game, Vegeta's soul emblem, he has on the Whis clothing. He has on this right here. You can't see Goku's because it's so up on his neck, but Vegeta has on, they actually changed his soul emblem to where he's wearing this outfit, and you can see it in game. I'll try to show that probably on the live stream because I know a lot of y'all ain't make it to the end of the video. But guys, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below, man. That's all I got for right now. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.